Hello everyone, Dr. Warren here, and this is my dog Coconut, who you will be meeting on many occasions. And I want to welcome you to EDU7120, Issues and Trends in Education. And I want to go over in this video overview of the course in general, and then hone in on the week and get specific on the week. And so we'll be talking about assignments for the course and then assignments for the week. Let's get started. I'm going to start by sharing my screen. Hold on, here we go. Okay, so one thing that I really want to call your attention to is the importance of the announcements. I'm not just throwing out announcements just to take up clutter and to meet my weekly announcement requirement. These announcements are for you, and I designed them so that they help you focus in on exactly what work you need to do and do it efficiently and effectively and address my expectations for the week. So that's what these announcements are for. In the class expectations and tips for success, I talk about, again, don't skip my announcements, and you can subscribe to my announcements so that you get them whenever I post an announcement. It comes to you in an email. I'll show you how to do that right now very quickly. You go to your account picture, the little picture of your account over in the left, far left, notifications, click on notifications. And it's right here. And so you go in and you say what you want to receive emails and notifications about and what you don't. So I definitely want to see announcements emailed to me, and I can say notify immediately. Give me the daily summary, the weekly summary, or turn it off, okay? I say notify me immediately when somebody creates an announcement. And then you can also, if you have your phone hooked up to Canvas, you can also do the push notification. It goes out to your phone or your tablet, okay? You can go in and look at grading. You can do notifications for discussions. I subscribe to discussions, so I know when people post to the discussion boards. And so you can go in and play around with the notifications. Definitely subscribe to the announcements though, please. Okay, back to the class. Back to the class, here we go. All right, I also talk about, things. I've got my contact information in here. This is how you can contact me. I've got my phone number. Please reach out, I'm available. And if I don't want you to just kind of be super confused and sit there super confused for hours or whatever, just text me or give me a quick call and I'll clear up your questions, okay? All right, so that's the announcements. Okay. Usually week by week, I will do a video announcement similar to this. This one's going to be longer because I'm talking about the entire class. They're usually shorter than this one will be, okay? Aside from the post your introduction, each week has 2 discussion boards, all right? And then it has an assignment and additional activity. So don't feel overwhelmed. This is actually less work than you think it is throughout the class. The first week is just a tiny bit more work than the rest of the class, but I'll explain that in a second. So you've got your discussion boards. In this week, you've got 2. In the other weeks, you have a content board, and then you just have another board where you just are going to check in, okay? So that's weeks 2, 3, 4, and then week 5 and 6 is a little bit more. So week 1, discussion 1, what I do in the discussion boards is I'm going to post a kind of an overview, something to help you kick off each board. And in those boards, because these boards do not say read certain page numbers, it just says read the whole book. And there's 3 books in the course, and I don't expect you to read all 3 books thoroughly. Instead, what I'm doing is giving you page numbers to read that are specific to each assignment, okay? So in the first board, higher education, should college be free, basically is the question, okay? And so you go, and then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and provide a little, some background and some ideas and thoughts about the topic, and then the references. And I've added some additional references that will help you with this discussion, okay? And then in week 2, just going to go back because I want to talk about something about the topic for this week, okay? So in week 1, week 1, discussion 2, it talks about, so basically the question is talking about neoliberal liberalism of universities or of higher education. And I've got some readings here for you from the Rousseau book, and then a review of what you've read in the discussion board 1. And I've got a really good link for you that you can go ahead and read, and it talks about what we mean by neoliberalism. Essentially, it means turning the university into a corporate model. So a for-profit or money-making machine, basically. And so the university's higher education is moving away from this free thinking, open-minded, new ideas, to this model of, everything you do is entrepreneurial, you want to make money, you want to get your bang for your buck. So, the whole kind of environment of the academy, of the higher education is changing, and that's what this discussion is about. Okay, so that will help you a little bit as you approach both boards for this week, neoliberalism. Okay, so back to the home page. Now in week 4 there is a big assignment, okay, and it is a presentation, and I actually am working on a rewrite of that. Let's see, where is it? Here, final presentation. So I'm working on rewriting that a little bit because it's very confusing, and the process for conducting it is also very confusing, okay? So I will be doing another presentation. In fact, let's see if I have it up. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a presentation specifically on the week 4 presentation. And basically you're doing a presentation to your peers on an education issue of interest to you. I suggest that you come up with your topic for your dissertation and do a presentation on your idea for your dissertation. This starts to ground you in your thinking about your topic, your dissertation topic. You start to pull some research in, and it's starting to kind of get the wheels greased for thinking about your dissertation topic, okay? So this presentation is a perfect opportunity for you to start work on your dissertation and start thinking about it, okay? So the topic is of interest to you. It's going to be in multimedia format, and you're going to present it in week 4, okay? Now, I will again be doing a full presentation on this, but I'm not going to do it here in this video. Instead, I'm just going to show you the wonkiness, the kind of craziness of how this class was put together. And instead, what I'm going to ask you to do is, so if we click on this additional activity, this is where we talk about that week 4 presentation, okay? So, and it's called group work. That's the other thing. I don't recommend that you do this as a group activity. I recommend you just do it on your own. It allows you to focus on your dissertation topic of interest, and it allows you to really dig in without having, and then it doesn't force you to try and do something together with someone else across distance and over time and worry about the logistics. Just do your own presentation. You'll get a lot more out of it, okay? So in each of these weeks of additional activity, there's an additional activity in weeks 1 through 4. You're going to kind of just touch base with me on how you're doing with your topic. Are you stuck? Do you have any questions, et cetera, et cetera? I've started out the week 1 learning activity with a brief description of this multimedia presentation. What is it, and what are you going to do? And in this forum in week 1, I'm going to ask you to share your ideas for your dissertation topic. What do you think you want to present? Share it with each other, give each other feedback on their topics, and let them know if you have questions about their topic that you hope they address in their presentation. And then I will also be giving you feedback on how to narrow your topic and narrow your presentation ideas, okay? So that's what the learning activity is. I'm going to go back to look at the whole kind of overview of the course. Notice again, You've got this additional activity. It's very simple. It's not a lot of work. You're just going to talk about your dissertation topic here. And then you're going to start working on that presentation in week 2, week 3. And remember, you're going to present that multimedia presentation in week 4. It's not a huge thing. It's like 8 to 10 slides maybe, and 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, some 3, not a lot of work, okay? But giving you a chance to really start to immerse yourself in your dissertation ideas and your dissertation topic, okay? So in week 2, I'm going to say, how are you doing on your dissertation topic? What have you learned so far? Week 3, I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to say, get your topic put together, get your presentation put together, because you're presenting it next week, okay? And you're going to do that in this additional activity, okay? And I'll clarify that a little more as the weeks go by. So in week 1, you've got discussion 1, discussion 2, and then you have an assignment, okay? Now, we've cut back on the amount of the number of pages you have to write in these weekly assignments in this class. They were 5 to 8. We've got it down to 3 to 5 pages. There's a typo here. There's supposed to be a number 5. So 3 to 5 pages, okay? And all you're going to do for this, and it says about the topics, your thoughts on the topics for this course. And you're going to find a couple more articles, okay? But there's nothing wrong with leveraging the articles that you've used in the discussion. I'd like to see one more fresh article, scholarly article in your papers at the end of each week. At least one fresh one that you didn't use in your discussion board. But the second one can certainly be from the discussion board, okay? So what you're doing is you're addressing the topic in the discussion board. You're kind of thinking about it, getting oriented to it. And then in the assignment, the paper, you're just going a little deeper with it. You're finding maybe some additional resources and just going more in depth. And you're going to be demonstrating kind of a synthesis of what you've learned for the week. That's all it is. You're not starting all over again with a new topic, okay? Bring in your discussion boards, bring in the resources you've used there, add one more at least, and then that's your paper, 3 to 5 pages. And it's the same for each week until you get to week 5 and 6. And I'm not even going to go there. Week 5 and 6 are completely different. And I'm not going to go there yet, okay? But weeks 1 through 4, you're going to be addressing the topic of the week. You're going to be telling me about your presentation and the additional activities. And in week 4, we're going to have some fun. We're going to see what everybody has to say about their topic, okay? So that's kind of the class. Again, don't spin your wheels, reach out and say hi. Oh, and one more thing, let's set up a meeting to talk about your dissertation topic, okay? I'm really good at helping people narrow down, helping them find their passion, helping them figure out really what would be a fun topic for them to do for their dissertation. So reach out to me and let's set up a little meeting this week. I'll be gone next week. So I'll be on vacation next week, although I will be in the class. I won't be available for meetings. Let's see if we can narrow down your dissertation topic. I really look forward to meeting you guys, and let's hang out and have some fun these next 6 weeks, okay? All right, see ya.